Hey you guys, it's John here today. We are getting ready, packing our bags to head up north later on today. We actually got a quite decent rainfall yesterday, which was so lovely, but it's been so hot. It's been so hot. It's been upwards of 105, 110 degrees. So we're ready to go into the pine trees up in Flagstaff is where we're going. It's about 25 degrees cooler, so I'm so excited, you guys, for that. I cannot wait. But we planted a lot of things last week in some containers. We're getting ready for the fall. A lot of fall things need to be planted in the summertime so that they can get established all summer, which sounds absolutely crazy, so that they can bloom their best in the spring. So let me show you guys all the flowers. So just as like a back reference, this is the east side of our house. And the east side is always the best to plant your seedlings, especially in the summertime, because they get protection from the hot afternoon sun, which is on the west side. So we leave them all on the east side, and they look so good, you guys. I swear these like tripled in size. Also, if you guys hear airplanes in the background, we live in between three airports, so my apologies. So a lot of these plants are in the smaller 6.5 inch pots. So these are going to go on the stair step bench. We only pick flowers that only get about 6 inches tall at maximum to go on there. So this one's a kimono celosia. I'll show you guys what these look like because we have some in the garden right now, but we like to succession plant them because they like to be succession planted, so they have beautiful blooms all summer. The older blooms can kind of get a little fizzled out and ratty looking, so we always do that. These should be ready in August, even sooner than that. But these will be for our late summer garden. The peppers, though, you guys, these are going to be so pretty in the fall. This one's a purple one called Acopulo. I'm really butchering this name. Acopulo purple, a dwarf pepper with red and purple peppers. I don't know if they start off purple and mature red or if they start off red and mature purple, but regardless, they're going to be so pretty, and I love this darker foliage. That's going to be perfect for the fall. Look at that. We do have some more of the Acopulo series back here. This is Acopulo Deep Orange. So it starts off orange and then it turns purple. Or maybe it starts off purple and turns orange. I can't remember. But they're going to be pretty. And then we have some red ones, Acopulo Red, which honestly, I think they're going to be really cute for Christmas. Having those green and red peppers, those are going to be really cute. And I know it sounds crazy to have ornamental peppers for Christmas time, but honestly, we don't get our first frost typically until like the end of December, maybe like even in January, but the fruits actually hang on for quite a long time. So the red and the green I think are going to be really cute in our Christmas display, and then we'll probably compost them after that. But peppers are like a short-lived perennial here in zone 9B, so you can protect them and they will overwinter for you. So if you want to keep them for longer, you definitely can. And then more peppers over here. These are the taller varieties that we have. These will go towards in the middle of the center of the middle of the center. These will go in the container garden display. This one's Oxen Red. It has purple foliage with those red berries. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I just love dark foliage like this for fall. I think it's absolutely perfect. We might put some even in the front of our house with our beautiful larger pots. I think that's going to be really cute. And then we have the Sedona. This one's called Sedona Sunset. Look how cute these are. The smallest peppers, though, on a mid-sized plant, this one gets about 12 inches tall, 12 to 14. I've seen these in garden centers, and they are so lovely in the fall. So again, these are going to go kind of in the middle of our container garden in the fall. Then over here we have some more celosias. We started all of these from seed with you guys. This one's the kimono, so the dwarf variety. It's the kimono rose. So these are going to be really pretty. Really in just a few weeks. They're already showing some color here. But yeah, these are going to be really cute for our late summer garden. This is a Brainiac coxcomb. These are the not Think Pink. This is Mad Magenta. I succession planted them because I thought I was going to need some more flowers. I thought the ones on the container garden display would be fizzling out kind of by now, but they honestly look really good. I'll show you guys those later, but we succession planted them, and if we use them, I mean, we're going to use them, but it's always good to succession plant just to have backup flowers, just in case, and we have more of them up there as well. Our summers here are so long that our season is just such a long period of time that a lot of plants do fizzle out like that. So it's always good, especially like coxcombs, things that only bloom once. So it's always good and beneficial to succession plant them just so you have those blooms all season long. Um, that's just how we do it. And then we have some zinnias over here. This is the Magellan salmon. Again, we have these already in the container garden, but we succession planted them. So we have beautiful blooms later on this fall. Ooh, look at this. Looks like something's eating that. I wonder what that could be. I don't know. But then this is another succession of them, so we just keep planting them. We have some plants over here that we'll be putting in our container garden and our client's container garden later on this spring, but this one's a twisted coxcomb. It's a branching coxcomb. So that one's going to be really lovely. And we're testing out a new variety called Twisted Dark Leaf Orange. So it's supposed to have darker leaves, but we grew this last year, and that was absolutely stunning. We have more of the same seedlings over here. Peppers. Oh, we do have some intense celosia. So that's the purple wheat style celosia that we talked about in our last video. But I absolutely love this flower. Kind of has that deep, dark purple flower to it. I think one of them are actually blooming. Oh, here it is. This one's blooming just a little bit. We will pinch them. They'll branch out and they will get about 2 to 3 feet tall. They get pretty big. And these are more seedlings that we have. We will do something with them eventually. Brainiac coxcombs, and then the kimono mix. And then we have some Cosmo celosias. They all start with K's apparently. Cosmo, we have the orange and the salmon, but this one's more of a wheat style celosia. So I'm excited to see this one bloom. We have some already in the garden that are kind of like a magenta fuchsia color that are really pretty. And of course we have tons and tons of these dragon's breath celosia. I was like, what are these? But we'll be planting these up when we get back, probably in the next 2 weeks once these root out and grow out just a little bit. Oh, and last one, this one's the Alternithera. This one's a great purple foliage. I feel like they just grow green most of the summer, and then once the temperatures cool down just a little bit, they'll turn that darker purple, as you guys can see down here. I don't know how she does this, but Rose is out here sunbathing. It's probably 100 degrees right now, but she's just laying on the concrete. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. But Ridley does the same thing. Absolutely crazy. But this is the kimono celosia. This is kimono rose. As you can see, a lot of them were a lot brighter earlier in the season, so they have faded a little bit. So once those other plants are ready, probably in the next couple of weeks, we will compost these and they'll be ready to kind of switch out there. These are the Think Pink, the Brainiac coxcombs, and the pink ones seem to be feeding out a little bit quicker than the magenta. I'll show you guys the magenta ones, but the pink still looks fairly good. The magenta back here still looks absolutely amazing. So I'm hoping the new seedlings, I'm hoping these will last and look good until the new seedlings are ready. But they're holding up really well. I'm so impressed by the color of this and how much it's held up. Definitely the best coxcomb that I have found, that the color has just been there. We do need to deadhead a lot of these Lisianthus, but we'll do that in our next video. These are the Magellan salmon zinnias that I showed you guys on the side of our house. This one was one of our first successions, and we've been deadheading it, but it's starting to get a little bit of powdery mildew, which usually is not a problem here. I'm thinking just because there have been a lot of standing water here from all of the, oh my gosh, the drainage from these containers, that maybe that's the issue over there. So there's the celosias, and then these are the Cosmo celosias. So many bees, oh my gosh, so many bees. They just drink water out of these containers here, and that's kind of how a lot of them get their water sources, just drinking from the pots. So this is the Cosmo celosia, kind of a wheat style celosia. It will grow kind of taller here. It's putting out some new growth there, so it will get another flush to it, but I love these wheat style ones. So we're growing the salmon one and the orange one, which I think are going to be great for the fall container garden. We also have some of these black angelonias that I have not put in the container garden just yet. They're going to look really good though. Oop, I just broke off a piece. They're going to look really good in our late summer garden. And our fall one, just because of how dark these are, I feel like the sun is bleaching them just a little bit, and they're becoming more of like a dark purple, which is honestly just as pretty, and I'm still obsessed with that. We have a few more things we need to plant up. We are growing a millet, a Majesty millet as well. That's going to be so pretty. Millet is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a grassy corn mixture. I don't know, but it's absolutely phenomenal, and I love it for fall because it just gives that like textural everything that you need. It's so pretty. And the combs, I don't know what they're called, the corn things, and they smell, well, the Purple Majesty millet does smell a little bit. But this year we're growing a more of a compact variety called Princess, not Jade, not Princess Jade. I forgot the name of it, but I will, I'll put it up here if I remember. Um, that will be great in the container garden. The other one just got a little bit too tall for our containers. The Mahogany Splendors Hibiscus is kind of like the tall element in our container garden. And last year we did a purple fountain grass, and it was cute. It was really pretty, but I want something with a little more structure to it. The grass has a lot of structure, but I think those, not the corn cobs, whatever those are, I think that's going to be really pretty. Okay, it was a coxcomb called Dracula, which looks similar to the Brainiac Raven Red that we'll be planting up as well. But the Dracula just gets about a foot tall. So I'm going to test it out and use that in kind of like the center display garden. I think that might be really pretty. You know, it might be a little overkill, but I always love testing out new flowers and just seeing how they grow. So anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait for all the fall flowers. They are so pretty. I think spring is definitely my favorite time in the garden, but fall is a close second. Just the color palette is absolutely out of this world. I will definitely keep you updated on how all of these things grow. We're going to enjoy our weekend up north in the pine trees, and I hope you guys have a safe and enjoyable 4th of July. Hopefully,